I mentioned in last night's post that I do have the privilege of speaking to a lot of people, hence getting what I would see as a truthful perspective of what's happening out there in society. About 8 days ago, a pastor's wife rang us and asked us to pray for her husband. He's a good friend and a minister colleague of ours. He was in hospital with COVID and had other major complications because of it. He was not in a good way at all. Just an hour after posting what I posted last night, I was finally able to talk to him, and he sounded really terrible, just having been released from hospital. He said now he's diagnosed with long COVID, and I asked him, "Were you vaccinated?" He said, "Yes, I've been double jabbed and boosted." Well, I could say I rest my case. If you listened to last night's post called April Fool, I was opening sharing that in talking with thousands of people, it seems that this vaccine just did not work for the masses. Many people I know who were not vaccinated, sure, they got COVID, but really all they got was a mild flu. I know that is true for some vaccinated people as well. And I know some unvaccinated people got it worse. I'm not stupid or out of balance, just speaking common sense and truth, because far more vaccinated people seem to have got it worse. I believe that the government and the media need to apologize. They need to stop pushing something that everyone knows did not deliver what was promised. I know it's hard to admit you're wrong, admit that you got to keep changing the goalposts continually. To start with, let's be honest, it was vaccinate and you won't get COVID. Even the President of the United States said that. And both he and our Prime Minister said it's a pandemic of the unvaccinated. Even the crazy line, it will come to the door of the unvaxxed. Safe and effective was the slogan. We all know that. Not using that too much today, are they? Then on to vaccinate and it will stop you being hospitalized and possibly dying. Well, most people in hospital have been vaccinated. So now the line is vaccinate, boost, and it will stop you getting long COVID. Well, not for my friend and many others. You know, one person with an experience is worth 1,000 with just a theory. I see in Epic Times this morning from the FDA official Dr. Peter Mortlock that a 5th COVID vaccine shot may be needed in the autumn in the USA. He said, "I don't want to shock anyone, but there may be a need for the 5th shot." I'm not shocked. Excuse me. I'm deeply concerned. You got to be careful when you cough these days. Everybody thinks you got COVID. But, you know, anyone can tell me what good, logical, common sense reason why anyone would keep the vaccine passes up and enforce them. I hear today that the councils are in relation to libraries and swimming pool and some restaurants. I mean, it just defies logic, becoming plain and outright deception through propaganda, to be honest. I generally love people. I am generally concerned for people's health and well-being. I'll pray for anyone. I pray for thousands of people for physical healing, emotional healing. You know, maybe, we'll be busy in the days to come, I don't know, but most of all, I love to pray for people for their spiritual well-being by introducing them to the Savior of the world. His name is Jesus.